Hello and welcome back to Division 8 in the Netherlands. I'm just trying to fix something up, so just give me a moment. There we go. Welcome to Division 5 in the Netherlands. We are back, and you are joined by myself, Edge, the main man, and you are also welcome with Mr. Thunderballs from Division 6 McLaren. How are you doing today, sir?
I'm doing great, thank you for asking. And looks like the drivers today are going to have a bit of a challenge. It is pouring,
I was about to say,
absolutely
why
cats and
would that
dogs.
be? But yeah, no, it is currently bucketing down with rain and qualifying. We're still yet to see if we are going to have a wet session at the moment, but at this point in time, it is wet.
Yeah,
Very wet.
definitely going to be on the wet tires for the start of this quali. Hopefully, we get to see the track dry up a little bit so these guys can carry some speed through these tight turns in Zandvoort. But time will tell.
Absolutely. And we'll get everything ready here. But obviously, I do want to, while we're getting everyone ready and everyone's like sort of trying to cope from the wear, um, welcome to the commentary team, Thunderballs.
Thank you. It's first time here, so it should be good. I've been in the comms box before, but that was for some post-race interviews, which I'm sure you would know.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, it's good to be talking to the people on the Twitch and the stream and the people that'll watch this post-live event on YouTube.
Yes, though we do have to mention that due to Twitch being Twitch, these races will actually end up on the YouTube channel. So feel free to go follow that. I'm sure at some point, if it hasn't already been mentioned, there is the YouTube channel, which is at Rush Racing League 08. Jump on there, you'll be able to see all the highlights from this season and previous seasons as well. And NZT has left the session. I will quickly check an
Oh
invite.
no.
No, it's all good.
All right, yeah, if you want to get Chef an invite back, that would be great.
Yeah, already done. Alright, well, we've actually got some cars already out on track. Uh,
We do.
Cross-eyes
It looks.
will be the first, sorry.
Go ahead.
You go. I was about to say Cross-eyes would be the first.
Yeah, everybody's come out on the wet tires. It did look like two-door threw on the inters for a brief moment, and then he ducked outside the garage and said, "No, definitely a wet tire."
Yeah. I.
Uh,
It's good to see, because obviously we've had a couple of weeks without Cross-eyes, and he's fallen down the order a bit. So I have a feeling that Cross-eyes will want to come back and absolutely smash out the Grand Prix, and I reckon he's been practicing a fair bit.
You're probably right on that. It is his first race back in a couple of weeks. He has shown strong throughout his time here so far in season 8, so look for him to finish towards the top and have a good session here. That's for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, it is full quality. We did have a one-shot last week with it being 100%. We're now back to the normal settings of a full quality and a 50% race. So we will have Q1, Q2, and Q3. And this is probably the interesting part. We will have Mr. Thunderbolts doing some interviews as well. So he'll be on the other end of it.
I get to ask the questions now. Let's try and figure out some curly questions to throw at these drivers because experience speaking, they love them.
Yeah, absolutely. We definitely have some good questions and some good answers here in Div 5 with myself and with. And I think we had your teammate in Evil Blade last week. So it'll be interesting to see what we can do this week.
I agree. Just taking a look at some of the settings here in the standings. So, taking a look at the weather report, it looks like we're going to get rain throughout all of Quali today.
We already have a
So,
retirement. Oh, I think
we do. What happened to Fish Lips?
I think he's serving a quali ban.
Oh, let me just double check that.
Yeah, he has a qualifying ban. Dynasty's ready, let me know. Thank you, Dynasty. His cross eye sets a 124.651 for the first lap.
Yeah, I can imagine he's still just warming those tires up. As we know, the wet tires take a few laps to get some heat into. When you come out of the pits on the wet tires on a really rainy day like today,
Mm.
they're only at about 17, 18 degrees. So they take a few laps to get a bit of heat into them and see how they go. On the tail end of Fish Lip serving a quali ban here in Zandvoort, we've also got a couple other penalties. So we got Chef with a 5-second time penalty to be served today, and then Darth Taylor as well with another 5-second, which is carryover from last week. Unfortunate, but let's hope these guys smash it out and bring it home quick.
Pretty sure Darth Taylor is also not racing this week. I don't think he checked it, because I'm pretty sure Butterfly's taking the seat. So
He's not in.
Again.
Well, that'll carry over to our next race of the season. That's unfortunate for him, but hopefully we'll get it sorted quick. Let's see, who's on a lap at the moment? I think all these guys are just pretty much on warm-up tires.
Yeah.
Just taking it all slow.
Including from Bucky Bronco and Maddie, already in the 123s. The other high...
I was going to say, it looks...
But we are getting them. Tudor has obviously set a 124.4. Vettel on a 124.1. Rossize has improved to 123.7. Still got a couple of guys to come out, so it looks like we'll have the RBs next of Damino and TMT. I think
yeah, looks like Wolf is on a push lap at the moment too. He's got his battery in hot lap. He's going through the carousel turn there.
Yeah, I think the suggestion here is definitely doing a few laps. As we see, SJ's on the inters, which is interesting.
Oh, he's risking it for the biscuit, I reckon. I think it's
going on to a 24-0. I think Bronco's about to come around to the start-finish line. He's in overtaking him. He'll get the yellow flag. Okay, he's going for another lap now. Right? Maddie's in none, so he's not doing another lap at the moment. Cross-eyes is in none, so he's doing another lap.
Well, they're not on laps at the minute.
Yeah, Vettel is
they could very well start their lap. Yeah, so Maddie's just thrown it into hot lap. He's ready to send it down to turn 1.
Yeah. And I think Cross-eyes is about to do the same. Yep, he's in hot lap now. And he's in overtake, actually. Entity has left the session again, so he'll get another invite. That'll be 2. Now, we'll need someone to check something for me, and I'll probably check it myself, of how many invites they get before that is it. I'm pretty sure it's a 3rd and final.
Correct. It is 3 invites.
Yeah, so he gets one more
so we got,
and then that's it.
Yeah.
If he can't get in, then unfortunately there's nothing else we can do. Vettel goes P2. Tyler is now in the 123s as well. Looks like Min-Mei going slow at the moment. We do have a onboard request, so we'll have a look and we'll go on board with SJ.
Oh, they want SJ on board, okay.
And he's actually about to go into his flying lap.
That was the way we would do it.
Yeah, on int as well. So this will...
I find that an interesting call with everybody else being on wets.
Well, it depends
on
how he controls the car. If he controls the car really well, it won't matter the tire he's on. We're now in the 22s. So Matty is now set at 122.5.
Yeah, it looks like the racing line is starting to dry up slightly, ever so slightly.
Yeah. This could be the correct call for McLaren, but the problem is they've done it too early if it is. Because everyone else has 10 minutes to react. So a lot of TPs and a lot of engineers will be watching this to see what happens. As Tudor is now put on the inters as well. So maybe Kick seeing what SJ is doing.
Tudor's chucked the wets back on, so it's, I don't know, a little bit of possum. Just waiting to see what SJ's lap time is. So he...
And I'm pretty sure he's about to come now.
Yeah, he's...
No, that's Min-Mei coming.
Yeah, Tudor's got the inters on, but SJ's rounding the final corner onto the straight. Let's see what he gets.
23.3 puts him in 4th.
So we're not really seeing a huge change in tire at the moment. So I reckon we're going to get to that crossover period right towards the end of quali. as the drivers stay on the track and they dry up that racing line, it's definitely going to speed up and probably be the inters that they would much prefer over the wet tires, to be honest.
Yeah, and look, that is a trend we are seeing in 124 as well. There's a lot more people going on those inters when it is wet. Maybe there's something interesting in the game that we don't know about. Maybe there's something that the TPs have spotted while doing the practice, or maybe it's just the drivers feel more comfortable on those inters, not thinking it's as wet. Maybe it's mental. But we do have the kick salvers on the inters as well. Just trying to
Well, I think
SJ, but he's on none, so there's no point.
Yeah, well, he's on a cooldown lap or an in lap, so I mean we can go back out. Let's try and find somebody on a lap, shall we?
Yeah,
we got
P6 or P5.
Vettel. We've got Vettel in the second Merc on track on a lap, and it looks like Tyler's on a lap as well. So don't know if they're trying for a sketchy toe here in the wet, but probably wouldn't recommend that.
Doesn't look like they're going for a toe considering the gap. But I would almost say the top 5 at the moment are pretty safe, considering there's only 4 from... Oh, Tyler, that's very close to crash out. Ooh.
Tyler somehow managed to not invalidate his lap, but I reckon he's killed it with that.
Matty's gone even faster on a 22-0. Now, Matty is definitely putting down the gauntlet at the moment to get that lap. Tyler has moved off to the side after having that. Master Suck Toe Picks has just put Thunderbolts has the best voice in Rush. I am inclined to agree.
Thanks, Master Sucks.
No, it's not. I don't think it's Master Suck.
It's got to be, mate.
No, because they talk to each other.
Or Master Suck's #1 fan. Either way.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I think it is. Vettel goes P4, 23.2. SJ's gone P3 with a 22. Inters might be the way to go.
Well, SJ, speaking from experience here, he's put in some work this week. He likes this track here in Zandvoort. He's quite familiar with it, so I'm kind of expecting good things for him come this week.
Maybe the resurgent McLaren needs. Maybe.
And here we go. Now, gloves are staying on, but SJ and myself, we actually had a wet quali practice the other day. That's something I definitely recommend for other drivers to do, is a wet quali practice, because you never know what's going to happen.
I want to clarify. That wasn't a shot at McLaren. That was just commenting on SJ's form.
Oh, it's all good, mate. It's all good.
I want to clarify. Just for context for everyone who's watching and doesn't watch tomorrow, or the streams for Tuesdays, Thunderbolts and I are very competitive on track. So it's good to be able to relax for once.
It is. It's good to not see you in my rearview mirror.
Rearview?
Whoa.
Bahrain?
Oh, touche. I mean, Hungary. So, let's see.
I wasn't in your review in Hungary. You had too much time.
That's right. It was nothing but pasture in the back.
Exactly.
All right. So who do we got on laps? We got the Mercs coming around. They're going to finish at the moment.
Yes.
One who's looks like Vettel came into the pits, and we got Tyler, who looks like he's starting another lap. He's definitely burnt his battery out by turn 4, or 3. So we'll see how that fares for him. He may be on an in lap. I don't really know. But it looks like he's keeping it through hot lap.
He's off a lap.
Okay. And he's just flicked it over to none. I think he's realized he burned his battery out.
We do have Mudpack, who is on overtake through the DRS section at the moment, and is 6/10 down on his time. Or 6/10 up, sorry. I do want to say hello to Yuki Bear. I wasn't ignoring you, Yuki. I did see it. So, you can leave it. We just don't have Whiff here who's watching the chat. We have Thunderballs who's watching and being the Ted Kravitz, which I love.
And I'm trying to watch the chat. I do have the chat open. There's cars on the screen.
And Tudor's got pole on
Tudor! Look at Tudor with a 121.487.
Get him up to Div 4.
That is a statement. It's an inners time, boys.
Yeah.
Let's throw the greens on and send it.
Minmay has
And you
gone
can
purple in the
see,
first sector.
here that the track is drying out on the racing line.
Absolutely.
You got Minmay on the wets though.
No, Minmay's on inters.
Oh, okay.
Make sure
Oh,
it's
he
set
is on
to...
inters.
Yeah, I was
You
about to say,
know,
make sure it's not
it's
set to
just
best.
it's just F124 doing its thing.
Yeah. He's gone
And
purple.
meanwhile, he's gone purple in sector 2 as well. Look at that.
Could we be
So it's
seeing...
definitely inters weather.
Could we be seeing the resurgence of kick as well? With a P1, P2 maybe? Because you'd have to think Tyler, SJ... Ooh, maybe not actually. Now to think about it. As Cross Eyes goes second with a 21.5. Minmay will come across the line.
What's he bring?
21.6.
126. So
Not
kick
what he's
looking
safe.
very strong in P1 and P3 at the moment. So, however, it is kind of an unfortunate thing. So we got Minmay who's going to try and hurry and get back to the pits, and maybe get back out if required, because the track ramp up here in Zandvoort is unlike any other track.
I think
Looks
I
like
know...
Tudor starting his lap.
I was about to say, I don't think the Alpine of Butterflies realised that it's inters yet. Because he's still on the wets. He's still out there on the wets. TMT's just come in, so he'll change over. Mudpack will change over. Everyone is on fresh inters.
He's
Except
got to
for
see
Butterfly.
this. Yeah. I don't know what's happening over at the Alpine Garage, but they've got to get on the radio and let him know to come in and throw
Well,
on.
it's too late
As Tudor's just gone purple in Sector 1.
Not again.
So Tudor's on a screamer of a lap at the moment.
Not again. Could we see a 20 in this qualifying?
Absolutely. Absolutely, we could see a 120 in this quali sesh. Like, we've got, what, 12 cars out on the track now?
Tudor's got it.
There he is,
If it
Tudor with
doesn't
purple
mess us
Sector
up,
2.
Tudor has got it. He's
He
6
absolutely
tenths down on
does.
his time. Could we see a two-door gaming pole position in Zandvoort?
Oh,
120.6.
126.866. But still, that's dropping it. Like, that is 0.9 seconds quicker than Cross Eyes in P2. That's how quick the track ramps up here towards the end of quali sessions.
Yeah. That is
So we got
definitely
Cross
not...
Eyes. He's on another screamer of a lap.
Yeah, I was about to say, this is definitely not true pace two-door to Cross Eyes. This is definitely two-door is on the right tyres and he set the right time. The question
Yeah, 100%.
is, I don't know if... Never mind, that's Demina. I was about to say, I don't know if TMT's going to make it, but he will. Yeah, something's going on at Alpine, because Butterfly's still out on track.
Yeah, they gotta let him know, hey. It's unfortunate.
Well,
he's burnt most of his battery.
Yeah, his only hope is that NZT isn't going to do qualifying.
That being said,
below
Butterfly
him.
just went purple Sector 2.
That is true.
He's used up his battery till it's almost dead. But he's making a time. Although I reckon we're going to see a 122
From Butterfly?
come through for him. Yeah, absolutely. Just
123.
Oh, 123.
He's improved.
So
He's improved, but he's out of it.
he is.
I think
So
it's
who do
fair
we
to
got?
Say SJ goes third. The first across the line.
SJ goes third at
Drift goes
121.4. Drift with a 120. There it is.
Damino with
We're
10th.
starting to see him drop. Then we got Tyler through with a
with
121.5.
I'm not saying through yet because you never know what.
Yeah, true. That's absolutely
Next will be
true.
Crone
Good
Dog,
call.
who's
We got
9
Crone Dog
tenths down
coming
in his
through.
time.
He's burning through the final turn. Bit of a
get
scary thing to do.
120.8 goes third.
120.8.
Who will be the next across the line? Looks like a Red Bull. That'll be Matty, who's fallen down the order a little bit. Then 10th goes 4th. Next will be the Alpine of Woofer. Stays P14. That is very dangerous. The Sick Party's about to come across the line as well. 1.7 seconds gaining on his time. Have a look. He'll be the next across the line. Bucking Bronco goes second.
Yeah,
Party goes
fucking
11th.
Bronco.
So this will put... Woof is out. Butterfly's improved. Wait. Yeah, Woofer is out. Dante Eminem improved.
Yeah, Wolf is out.
Dante Eminem has gone P14. Butterfly's out. And Cross-Eye stays 11th. Interesting. I think he's pulled out of that lap. He was 14. He was 14.
I think he saw it. Yeah, I reckon he saw he was safe, and it's just a matter of okay, I don't need to do this.
Yeah. So, a very interesting session where we started on the full wets and ended on the inters. How does that set up Q2? So we'll have a look. So the the people out are Butterfly, Woofer, Fishlips, and NZT. Unfortunately, Fishlips did have a quali ban, so he had to retire, and NZT couldn't get in the car. So realistically, it's just the Alpines who were out, which is unfortunate for them. But you had to get off those wets. I reckon if Butterfly was off the wets, he qualifies. He gets into Q2. That's my personal opinion. The pace that he had on the wets, and he's almost beating people on inters, he could have gotten into Q2 if they made the right call and brought them in.
He does have really good pace. He needs a bit of battery coaching, I reckon.
Yeah. I will just mention, we've had a message. I'm not going to say who, because have a look at the Discord yourself if you can see it. But someone has just said, look at all these wet weather merchants. The calls are coming out already. There is drama and rush, and we love it.
Do you want to tag those that got eliminated and get them in the comms box?
Yeah,
please?
I'm just trying to remember who it was.
Woofa, Fishlips, Butterfly.
Yeah, I don't know what Woofa's is, though. That's the issue.
Isn't that the truth?
Yeah.
I've ran into the same issue trying to do it.
What is Fishlips?
Fishlips is Fishlips.
I can't find Fishlips.
F-I, brother. It's like F-double-I.
Oh, it is F-double-I. Okay. We'll get NZT.
Alright, not to take away, but we see almost the whole field taking to the track at the moment. And it's a mix between inters and wet tires. Looks like a bit of possum is being played with virtually one driver from each team hitting the track. Both Mercs are out, both Astons are out. Interesting though, Broncos in the wet tires and Drift from Aston is on the inters. Then when we look at Mercs, both Vettel and Tyler are on the inters. Both Red Bulls are out on wets, so very much undecided as to what is going to be the best tire here at the start of Q2. One thing is for certain though, we will see this track ramp up as time goes on and the line dries out. So we got Cross Eyes. He'll be the first to start his lap. Does look like he's going for it. He's not going to try and set two warm-up laps to get those tires some temp, but we'll see how it goes.
Sorry about that. I was sorting out some interviews.
All good, brother?
Trying to get Ishmael Fassi in.
Yeah, okay.
No, I'm trying to get NZT in. So we'll see if we can get NZT in. We'll hope that that's done. Tyler hasn't validated his lap, which is not good. I think we're going to start getting some people in for interviews. And the first to join will be Fishlips. Fishlips! How you doing today, man?
Good, mate. Div 6 party in here, eh?
I was about to say, it is the Div 6
That's
party.
it.
So, Fishlips, you're reserving up for Ferrari tonight. How's that going so far?
Pretty good. The old quali ban was fun. Sit and watch everyone struggle in the wet.
I forgot you have a quali band, but you're a Div 6. How did that happen?
Yeah, I got a bit carried away the first time I went up for Div 5.
Okay, that's fair. But hey, let's walk it through, right? This is Div 5, right? It's not Div 6, so it's not where your true pace is. But if you can get points today, that's going to be huge, right?
That's the plan. If I can sneak up into the close to the top 10, I'll be happy.
Maybe we might see you at the front of the grid this time.
Yeah, I doubt it.
Well, I mean, we've seen you at the front of the grid for Div 6, but we're here for Div 5 today. So, what's the strategy for Ferrari?
I'm not quite sure. Just play by ear. See where Mudpack ends, and yeah, we'll have a chat and see where we go.
Fair enough. Sounds like a plan.
Yep.
Yeah. Thunderbolts, do you have any questions for our Div 6 friend here?
I do, mate. I do. Thank you for throwing it over to me. Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
So, Fish Lips, how do you feel going into a wet weather race? Some drivers get nervous. Some drivers get very confident. How do you feel when it comes to seeing the raindrops hit the track, knowing you're behind the wheel?
Absolute panic, mate.
A panic. Okay, so you're in the same camp I am.
Yeah, I hate the wet. Not good at all.
Absolutely. So it is, like my only advice that I can really give is you just got to feather that throttle and be patient. So good luck to you, mate. And hope you and the garage at Ferrari really work out a good strat, because we need to see you come down from the bottom and bring it to the top. And have a good outing for the Prancing Ponies.
Awesome. Thanks, mate.
Thank you.
Thank you for that, Fish Lips. And I think that is it for the interviews at the moment, because I don't think we're going to get the other 4.
Oh, bunch of antisocial drivers, I tell you what. But it's all good. It's an emotional thing out there when you're driving. And if you don't make it to the next quali session, sometimes you let out a bit of the passion, as I like to call it. And maybe best to just walk away and have a cuppa, especially on a cold, rainy day like it is in Netherlands at the moment.
Absolutely. I can't see any break in the clouds at all either. Like it's not like there's sunrise in the horizon or anything. It's just wet.
No, it is just monsoon season over in Zandvoort at the moment. We got cross eyes set of 120.676. Drift has already hit the 119s, so we're going to see that time come down. And I know I've preached on about the track evolution here in Zandvoort, but it definitely is a thing. And something to keep an eye on as to when to go out. Just looking at my own little weather report here for this quali session. Track temps are at about 22 degrees. And the air is at about 19. And it is just rain, rain, rain. And it looks like there may be some thunderstorms later on. So it could get worse.
I forgot that you have something you can actually check the weather with that. So it really confused the hell out of me when you said my own weather report. Like, how do you have the weather? Has one of the boys sent it to you?
Nope.
No, fair.
No, man. I've got my own telemetry reader. Well, here we are. Here we go.
You Ted Kravitz, the Ted Kravitz.
That's...
Fair enough. Hey!
I enjoy this.
I respect the game.
Thank you.
Bone Dog has gone 9th with a 121.5 watching that lap. The only person who's not set a lap yet at the moment is Dante, who is actually on a lap. Now, I think the surprising thing here is Matty in P11 at the moment. He is known to be one of the quicker drivers here in Div 5, and possibly even could reserve up to Div 4. But P11 at the moment, do you think the wets maybe caught him out there?
I just think he's trying to find his groove in the wet weathers racing. Like, he's got it on none at the moment, just doing some outlaps. Don't know if he's going to try and warm the tires up a bit more. He does carry a lot of speed when he races, and he's known to just send it and go for it. So he definitely is one to watch.
Just keep an eye on.
And then I'm not sure if Dante is Are they working on a toe there, Red Bull?
Could be. It's
Like
very dangerous to have a
a
toe here.
that's a dangerous thing to do in the wet. But if they can pull it off, more power to them. And
Kinda. Probably not the best place
Dante's
to
out
let
of
him go.
battery. Yeah, that was
Yeah, probably not the
a
best
bit
place to let him
sketch.
through, but you know what? If it works, it works.
If it
If it doesn't,
if
it
it
doesn't.
works, it works. That's right.
Yeah. You'd have to think that
So,
David and Paul and Hell tomorrow night are watching this as well and just sort of analysing with Maddie and
oh,
Dante Eminem. Whoa.
sorry, big moments from TMT legend. He's just spun it around and turn. I want to say 8, 9,
I have no idea,
and
brother.
he's just given the car 180. It's just after Sector 2 starts, about halfway into Sector 2.
Yep.
He's trying to stay off that racing line. Oh, unfortunately, he's hit a braking board or a board marker. Not necessarily a braking board, but don't know if he's cooked those tires, but he's definitely trying to get used to that wet weather.
That
He's
is
come out on
turn 9
track
and turn 10, by the way.
just in front of Dante.
Yeah. So he hasn't impeded anyone necessarily.
That's the important thing. He did a really good job of staying out the way. And that's what you like to see. You don't want to see quali bands come through because you just weren't paying attention. And he's doing it again. He is driving that thing like he's 7 shots of tequila deep.
Speaking 7 shots of tequila a day, what's going on at Aston Martin? They're a 1-2 at the moment, and the only cars in the 19s.
They are sending it through, which is really good to see. I know they've had some issues over the last couple of races where they haven't had such a strong showing together. Portugal was pretty good, but it's good to see them return to form.
Well, let's not obviously jump on the return to form bandwagon too quickly, but it's looking good.
It is looking good. It is.
It is not looking good for the Ferraris at the moment, though.
No, unfortunately, Mudpack, he's the Lone Ranger out there for Team Ferrari. He's on a lap currently at the moment. He is pushing better on his time, quite considerably, heading into the last sector. So we'll see where he finishes as he comes through the Ari Lyondike turn, which is the final turn here, named after Ari Lyondike, of course.
I thought you said Ari Lime Bike, and I'm like, what? Not named after a Lime Bike.
No, he's a famous Dutch driver as well, and
Yes.
he also used to race in Indy cars, I believe.
That would not surprise me.
So Mudpack sets a 121.3, but that track is definitely ramping up. He's going to have to find some pace.
And he doesn't have much time to do it either, with 3.5 minutes left in this session.
No, it's unfortunate because he's going to have to warm those tires up, so maybe a couple of outlaps, but I don't think he's going to be able to get 2 outlaps in, but he is trying to scream back to the pits as quickly as he can. And we've got both Mercs on an outlap at the moment, with Vettel up front. Looks like he may be getting ready to go. He's just chucked it in the hot lap around the last turn.
Let's go have a look at Vettel's lap. Because Vettel is
do it.
definitely one of those to watch as well. He's one of those Q3 mainstays, you would say. I think it's fair to say there are a few drivers in Q2 who haven't looked as good as we thought they would when they should be getting through to Q3 pretty much every single time. But the wet does cause a bit of challenges, a bit like that with Vettel sliding into that corner. He definitely is trying to throw it around the track at the moment, and I don't think the track likes it. I don't think the tyres are liking it either.
I was going to say the tires are screaming.
We have a look at the gap to leader.
Scott.
Everyone's pretty much covered by 2 seconds, except for Dante Eminem. Just keep
It's got a good line going through Sector 2, to be honest.
Not touching the curb at all. Staying on that dry line. Pretty much hunting a bit into the wet conditions to get those tyres back down. And he's 3/10 up. But is that going to get him out of the danger zone? I don't think it is.
I don't think it will. I think we need to be pushing the 120.4s to get somewhat safe. I say somewhat because you never know what can happen, and everyone is out at the moment. There is not a car in the pit.
Min-Mei has just come
So we
out
got
in the last
15 drivers on track.
as Vettel sets a 20.5.
So there it is. But he's going to be on that bubble real soon. So he almost wants to get around the track one more time. Hope he's put enough fuel in and send it one more go around.
Just keep an eye. We do have a yellow flag.
So we got Damhino. He just improved to a 120.4, and Tudor just went pole at 119.231.
Tyler's gone fourth with a 120.2.
There it is. So that track ramp is doing wonders.
And Vettel's back in that danger zone as you were talking about. You got Mudpack, Min-Mei, Maddie, TMT Legend, and Dante M&M. Some mainstays in TMT Legend. One of the veterans of Div 5 at the moment. Min-Mei as well. And Maddie, one of the newcomers, but has definitely made a name for himself here in the elimination spots. Vettel has gone purple in Sector 2 as we do have a spin. That is Min-Mei getting out of the way potentially.
No, it's just yeah. I was just watching that, and Min-Mei's in a bit of strife here. He's had to get out of the way as others are on their hot lap, and he's not.
Yeah.
So he might not make it to the start-finish line. Looking at the time, it'll be close. Probably get there with like 3 or 4 seconds to go. But that's really sketchy on him being able to start his lap. There you go. Got there with 5 seconds to go, so he's the last one to cross.
I think that's Sick Party moving out of the way. We do have an onboard request for Bronco, so we will honour that. As Damino is the first to cross the line, 10. He'll be the first to set his time as Mudpack goes P5, Tudor stays P1. I think it's Tyler going P8, so not improving for himself either. Vettel has gone P7. Next across the line will be
Dante. With a didn't improve. He 122 flat, so didn't improve on his 121.6. So unfortunately, he'll be out. And we got Maddie. Maddie improves to a 119.991. So there it is. You got to get into the 119s. 120 isn't going to work. Cross eyes out. Did not set a good time that lap.
Bronco does improve. SJ will be the next across the line. He's not going to improve. I think.
No, he did not improve, unfortunately, for him. We got Sick Party next. Did not improve. He stays P3. We got Vettel coming through. 121. We got Crone Dog trying to get there. Crone Dog goes up to 8th, pushes Tyler down and out.
And that's it.
So there's your order. So we've got Tyler, TMT Legend, Cross Eyes, Damino, and Dante. Unfortunately not making it through to Q3. We got Tudor on pole, Bucking Bronco behind him, Sick Party, then Drift, Mudpack, Gov, Matty AU, Crone Dog, Vettel, and Min-Mei all go on to Q3. There's about 0.9 of a second between 1st and 10th. So it'll be interesting to see what happens in Q3. And just hope these guys get on the track and make sure it's nice and clear for everyone.
So, as mentioned by Thunderballs, those are the 5 drivers that are out. And it's actually a second all the way down to P12, so it's very close between P1 and P12. So we do actually have a few drivers leaving the session. Let's have a look at what's just happened there, because we did actually just have SJ and Tyler leave the session. Please don't do this. I'm just going to do this just in case.
It's all right. I'm guessing you're inviting them in, or
well,
you're screenshotting what happened.
Yeah, the only one who's in is SJ. So as soon as we can, I'll get an invite out to SJ, and I'm going to invite out to Tyler. But I'm just keeping an eye out.
I can invite SJ, so I'll go ahead and get that done. He's not showing his online, unfortunately.
Yeah. Who have we got to join? we have Cross Eyes.
Hey, mate.
How you doing, boss?
Bloody hate the rain.
That's fair enough.
That's the spirit.
Oh, all these wet weather merchants just... Nah, not a fan of it.
No,
That's fair enough.
What's the strategy now? Obviously, being P12, I think it ended up being.
P13, it is to not die in the first lap.
2 doors now left the session.
Is this lobby cooked?
I think it might be. Tyler's joined. Yeah, a lot of people are having the communicating, including myself.
Uh-oh.
Yeah. Alright. I'm gonna have to figure something out. We're just gonna...
Alright.
Yeah, we'll
I'm
red
out.
flag. We'll red flag. I'll put the message out. Yeah, we'll get the message out. We'll red flag. I'll have to...
You're the div manager?
Yes.
Yep.
I am the div manager. So, it's my call.
Copy.
Oh,
Send it.
Let's get the flag out.
Sorry to cut the... We'll return right after the red flag.
Alrighty, apologies for that. We now are back from the red flag. We're just waiting for everyone to get up and running again, and then we should be good to go. So a pretty interesting session so far. I think it's fair to say.
I would say the same. Like, gotta love F124. And moving right along.
Yeah. And just to give an update, because it is a new lobby, we are going to continue with the dynamic weather as per the rules of 13.3b. We are also going to look into that because there were some contradictions that we did find, so we'll be looking into that as well. So keep your ears to the ground for that one. But it was meant to be a dry race. We did have a wet qualifying. Could we see a change? No, we do not. It's a dry race. I'm glad that we had all those arguments.
Oh, no.
That is fine. And Tyler's left the session. Cool.
And Tyler's out, so let's get him back in.
Well,
Invite sent to Tyler.
Oh, you can. Cool.
Yep.
Alright. This is going to be a fun game. It's going to be a fun race.
It is.
This is what happens after 100%.
Portugal carryover.
Yeah. I'm going to have to start making engine sounds around lap 30 as well.
I'm just going to say, if you all missed out on Edge doing a V10 engine through Portugal, you need to go back and watch the Div 5 race at Portugal. And it's around lap, what, 30? 35?
Lap 30 is when the V10 kicks in.
It's amazing. Well worth the credit spends.
Mm-hmm.
So it looks like we're just waiting for the guys to get everything set up and make sure they got their setups on, got their fuel set, their tires set, before we are off to the races in Zandvoort.
Mm-hmm. So we'll monitor this and we'll make sure that everything all gets sorted before... And Mudpack's left.
Mudpack's left. We can't have another cook lobby, hey.
We can, because I've got constantly communicating with online servers.
Oh, no.
Tyler's joined?
Tyler's back. Looks like we're getting ready to go.
I'm going to quickly send Mudpack an invite, and unfortunately it's going to cut over.
Oh, we've got a false start.
Butterfly
disqualified from session. Severe collision with Damino.
Yep.
Oh, dear. We got Chef with a drive-through penalty. Oh, we're off to a crazy start here in Zandvoort.
Mm-hmm.
We see two-door pulling away by half a second already. Bronco, Sick Party, then Drift, Matty AU, Mudpack, followed by Gov, Vettel, Kerndog, and Minmay to round out the top 10. Yeah. Tyler has unfortunately already dropped out of DRS from Minmay. I get DRS has not been enabled yet, but...
he also has damage. And so does Crosseye.
Did he?
Gimpy does not. Woofer does not. Dante M&M does not have damage. So, at the moment, 10th and 3rd, or 11th and 13th have damage. FCL Butterfly has left the session after that DSQ, so that's not going to be the result
That's
for
fair.
Alpine
Yep.
at the moment.
Yep.
But Tudor, almost breaking DRS
Oh,
as well. As
incident. M&M just went into the back of, I think, Fish Lips going into the carousel turn, or it was into the back of maybe Woofa. And bit of damage that was caught on my stream, maybe not on your stream. But
no,
the bottom
on
four, they're going to have some making up to do. It's unfortunate because we've got Cross Eyes going into the pits already. We got NZT, Chef going into the pits already. They're doing wing changes, fresh hards. It's going to be a long day at the office for Team Haas.
Yes, it definitely is, and I would not be surprised if we do... Oh, actually, we do have... Alright, cool. That's a good feature to have. I'm glad we got that. Cool. So if we have a look at tyres, everyone is pretty much mediums to softs, except for Crosseyes, who did have to make that pit. Entity does come back out on those mediums as TMT does get past Tyler. You'd have to think that Tyler would have to come in to repair that front wing, because we know how deadly a broken front wing can be here at Zandvoort.
Yeah, definitely it can. But one thing in Tyler's favor is he's on the soft tire. And we all know twisty, turny, fast tracks favor a soft tire. He may get to the point where he may not notice that the end plate's gone. I mean, I understand that's a bit of a lie, but you can compensate for an end plate. To whereas if you are missing a full part of your wing, you can't compensate for that. And he's, like I said, he's on the soft, so he's got something to work with at least. If he were on the hards or the mediums, no way. And it looks like Mudpack and TMT are getting a little argy-bargy just ahead of him.
Yeah.
So Mudpack just basically gave up the spot.
I think there's a bit of an issue with Mudpack at the moment, because he seems to be pulling back a lot. So I would not be surprised if that is a... Yeah, no, that's definitely a fault. Because he is actually going back and forth constantly. So he is... Yeah, that's not annoying at all. That he is lagging, as NCT gets a 10-second time penalty for pit lane. So he's come back into change as well. No front wing damage though, so maybe he's come onto those hards as Woofer has pit onto the softs. I think I've just got a message from someone. Yeah. Mudpack's left. I think we might...
Tudor just set the fastest lap at 1:12.7.
Woofer has spun around. Yes, we are going to see the front runners. Apologies about that. I was just trying to get an eye out for what's going on my stock, so apologies. But we do have Tudor, Bucky Bronco, Maddie, Drift, Sec Party, all in that group for the top 5 at the moment. Maddie has not got DRS on Bucky Bronco yet. Bronco does have the DRS on, as I think that is Woofer going wide. So that's all good. Let's just monitor this. We do have that McLaren battle of SJ, Vettel, Krondog, and I think Minmay's on the back of that as well now. All have a bit of a gap, so we do see that braking board has been broken, so that's going to throw off a few drivers.
Well, one thing I'm noticing as well is the Ferrari of Fish Lips. Now, don't forget, he had a quali ban, so he started dead last. We are 3.5, 4 laps into this race, and he has already moved up to P11. He has jumped 8 spots in 4 laps. He is on the softer tire at the moment, but it'll be interesting to see how he goes further on. Because right now, he is in the kitchen and cooking.
Yeah, and Vettel has actually gotten past SJ now, so he's actually got in front of the 2 McLarens. Now, he does need to get away a bit, because he is on that soft tire, as well as Maddie. So you would have to think, because Maddie has actually damage behind Drifts there. So you have to think that Drift is helping out his teammate, Buck and Bronco, who's basically just hit a fight with Tudor now.
Yeah, the front 2, they're obviously trying to run away with this, but they're on the mediums. Drift. Does Drift have damage?
Drift does not have
doesn't.
visible damage.
He does not.
I'm going to say visible damage because he might have rear wing or side pod, but he does not have damage, as Wolf has now retired in the pit, so that will be the end of Alpine's weekend here. So that is not a good weekend for Alpine there. Whoa,
just watching this battle for third.
Sorry, I was going through, and when we just saw a massive spin from TMT there, he's not having fun at turn 9 at the moment. Matty will want to get past here, as we'll just keep an eye on it. He'll move out to the inside and get the move done before turn 1 into the braking zone. We'll take that corner very nicely, trying to obviously catch up to Drift's teammate of Buck and Bronco.
Yeah, and I think it was a really smart decision by Drift to let Matty go through, because Matty's on those softs, and he really wants to try and catch up to the front 2 runners, and the way to do that is to just follow the soft runner. He'll bring you to him. It's just a matter of being patient, saving your battery, and going, yeah, we'll get there.
Yeah, exactly. He will need that patience that we have seen before. So just gonna send Mudpack.
It looks like Mudpack needs it. Yeah, okay, copy.
Yeah, I gotcha.
I got him. Sent.
Oh yeah, I've already sent him one as well. So Crossey's actually moved back into the points as well. Mudpack has now joined. Tyler trying to get the switch back on Dante Eminem there for P12. But it looks like Dante Eminem gets that position. Fishlips kind of by himself at the moment, but trying to catch Damino. He is on those softs, so you'd have to think you'd have to come in soon if he's looking to get something out of this race.
Yeah, he's kind of reached that point of the race here that you want to preserve that soft tire a little bit. You can't just cook it for 10 laps and hope for the best. You won't have the longevity in the mediums. And as we've seen here in the previous div races, hards don't necessarily have the pace.
Yeah. Yeah, that's okay, Butterfly. You'll probably get some reports of that, but that's fine. If you've got the car glitch, then you would need to hard restart the game. So don't quit to main menu, hard restart, and let me know when you need an invite.
So force close the game.
What do you mean?
Let us know.
Who's staying in Dynasty? Tyler. Yeah. Tyler's staying in. Okay, gotcha. Mudpack is now retired, and he's left the session. So that is the car glitch.
That's the car glitch. Yeah. It's an unfortunate thing. He's retired on track, but EA Sports.
We hate the game.
Thank you. Vettel's just set the fastest lap in a 1:12.774. So as the rubber's being laid down, the track is getting faster and faster. Track's heating up, obviously. We're going to start to see those times come down a little bit, especially as we see most of this grid switch onto softs in about, what would you say, 10, 12 laps?
Yeah, pretty much. That's what I would say. It's really interesting, though, because you never know what's going to happen here. Just keep an eye on this battle for P5 at the moment. It has actually caught back up to third, so you can see how much that is slowing it down at the moment. As Drifts has fallen drastically there. Gone down to P8. I'm not sure what's happened there.
Yeah, and the other thing to note is what we were talking about earlier with Matty. And he's just rocketed up to P3, and he's carried along with him. Both McLarens, and I think Sick Party was already up there, but Vettel's screaming along as well.
Yeah,
so
absolutely.
We've got quite the DRS train from 3rd to 8th.
Yeah, I think that's the one thing to notice as well. We were talking about Fishlips being a reserve up. Sick Party's also a reserve up, and he's in P5.
Well done, D6 drivers.
So, Div 6 actually proving that maybe the gap isn't too bad with Div 5. But we'd have to see what the battles are, because obviously there have been a few changes that probably have caught people out there. So we'll have to see what's going on. You do have the likes of Crosseyes and Tyler all the way down the field because of those lap 1 incidents, which I'm sure we will see in the reports at some point. No
the stewards are...
Yeah, sorry, guys.
Stewards are definitely going to be busy for the start of the race.
Yes.
It was some chaos before those lights went out.
I did not even notice what happened except for the NZT cutting. Or
I kind of feel for NZT a little bit on this one, because I think Butterfly ran into the back of him before the 5th light went out and basically caused him to false start. I can't confirm that, but that's what it looked like.
Tyler has left the session. Was that accidental, or was that on purpose? If someone could let me know, and I'll get him an invite back. Hard reset. Okay, cool. Thank you. Alright. Oh, Tyler had the, Right, so Tyler got the car glitch. Okay. As well as, Mudpack. So that's kind of annoying for Tyler there. Because that's been an AI the entire time.
Yeah, that's what the issue is. Well, we're seeing that crossover happen right now. So we're seeing that soft tire kind of taking a backseat to the medium tire on lap 9:10. It's still competitive, don't get us wrong, but at the same time, you're going to have to work a little bit harder to get those lap times down on the soft. So Vettel is just kind of keeping it in equilibrium of a 3-second distance between him and Bucking Bronco. Unfortunately for Vettel, though, he's got Matty AU trying to figure out what he had for dinner. So it's right behind him. And then the two McLarens are right behind. They should really look forward to working together here as they come on the straight together and just try and get that distance up to P4.
Yeah, as Matty does go up the inside of Vettel. Now, remembering Matty does have that damage. So, with him in front of Vettel, he is actually going to be holding Vettel up a bit. And that means that Bucking Bronco and Tudor, who seem to have been working together pretty nicely so far, they're just going to run away with them, you'd have to think.
Yeah, I agree with that. Like, it looks like Bronco and Tudor, they've been swapping back and forth. They're working together. They know in order to preserve their lead, because let's say what it is. It's a combination lead at the moment. You know, it only really matters on the last lap. So they know the further they get out in front, the more they can just kind of relax and let this track drive.
It's getting interesting, I would say, because we had the chaos at the start. We haven't had much chaos since, other than the fact of we've had a few drivers disconnect and retire. So it is unfortunate for Mudpack, and it's unfortunate for Tyler still can't take control, so he'll stay in the lobby. Okay, that's all good. Just make sure he gets a Dynasty, and obviously he'll get a point for that as well, because that's annoying. So that's Mudpack and Tyler will get a point, but that also will mean that if NZT, TMT, and Crossfires can overtake Tyler's AI, they also will get a point.
Just to let you know, Edge, it looks like we've got Watanabe requesting an onboard for Bucking Bronco.
Yeah.
So if we could get that done for him on the lap coming up, that would be great.
I'm already on it.
All right.
I have Twitch chat open, so as soon as something happens, I'm on it.
Thank
you for the heads up.
No worries.
Now, that gap to Vettel behind Bucking Bronco is actually growing as well.
It is. And this is where we're seeing the crossover. So I'll be expecting Vettel to be coming in within probably 2 laps to make the change over to mediums. It's a long stint here on the mediums and the softs. The tires are screaming, but the hards aren't it. And as we've seen in the other divs, a 2-stop strategy is kind of out the window here.
However, you do mention this crossover. The McLarens aren't catching the softs as much as I thought they would be. So this might just be Tudor and Bronco pushing as hard as they can. Because the McLarens are actually losing time to the two in front. Or they're keeping that equilibrium, as you were mentioning.
I think they're keeping that distance. So last I saw the McLarens, the governor was actually in front of Krone, and the distance between him and Vettel was 1.5. Right now it's at about 1.2, 1.3, but it goes up and down, you know, as the Constantine effect takes place in the corner. You'll see it grow, you'll see it shrink.
Yeah, absolutely. But that gap from Bucking Bronco to Matty is growing exponentially. It's now up to 3 seconds, so Bronco definitely does have, or Bronco and Tudor definitely do have that pull above the rest of the grid, and will have those options to pit whenever they want. We're actually going to see Tudor actually start to catch up to NZT here, who is in P16. And this will mean that this will be the first car lap on lap 13. So we'll just monitor this at the moment as Tudor has actually started to push a bit and has almost gotten Bronco out of DRS range, actually. Vettel's
He's training that battery good.
Vettel's in the pits. Let's see what he goes on to.
Oh, it's a bit early, I reckon.
He's gone on for the mediums. The
That's
undercut
22. It could happen. You're right. Like 22 laps on the mediums here. It's a tall ask, but he should be able to pull that through. No worries.
We do actually see fish lips coming as well. So it'll be interesting to see what Matty does
And
here.
is he going to come out in front of Dante? He does.
Perfect lap time.
So he doesn't have to deal with fighting. Will have to warm the tires up, but Dante is on those 13-lap softs, so he'll start to feel the effect of the wear and tear on those tires.
Absolutely. Plugger has actually just mentioned it is the perfect lap to pit as well on lap 13. So it'll be interesting to see what Matty does here. We'll stay with him for the moment because he still has that gap to Chrome Dog. It actually grew up to 1.6 seconds, it looked like. And it's come down throughout that DRS section. So it definitely feels like the McLarens are going to be pushing as much as they can. Track has been cooler, too less wear. Yep. Alright, and Matty's in. So that means that Chrome Dog will actually take the podium position from Matty. So Matty gets a 10-second for speeding in the pit lane.
And that's something that the drivers here need to understand when they do the practices. You can't just send it into the pit lane. It is a 60K speed limit in the pit lane here in the Netherlands. Not 80 like we're used to on many other tracks. You are coming in at a screamer speed. It's almost a straight take on. You've got to be quick and firm and consistent on those brakes, or you'll pick up the 10 like Matty did.
But what is interesting, though, Matty got out in front of Vettel by a fair distance.
Now, the unfortunate thing about that is it doesn't matter the distance because Matty's got 10 seconds.
He also hasn't fucked his front wing.
He's not going to do another pit unless there's damage or a safety car. So it's unfortunate, but we're going to see Matty drop down that list. Vettel's going to catch him. No stress.
Where would he go down to? He would go down to P11 at the moment if the race were on the final lap. We do have a couple of mentions, by the way, from Plugger, realizing that Thunderbolts is now commentating and has put, gosh, that's hot. So you got a bit of a fan base there, Thunderbolts. I think you might need to do a
Thank you, Plugger. Thank you, Swiffer. I appreciate y'all.
That is Whiff, by the way.
Oh, is that Whiff? Whiff
Yeah.
Latif.
Yeah, so
Oh, I see it now.
Yeah, a bit of an explanation. That is Kick Sauber Whiff Rush Racing.
Ah, this
Vettel
makes
has now
sense.
set the fastest lap as a 1:12.7. If we have a look at the current fastest lap, I think the best is a 12:7.8. So that is actually quicker.
I was going to say it's only 700ths quicker, because it wasn't much difference here. But like I said, we'll probably see the fastest lap start rolling in around lap, what'd you say, 23, 24?
Yeah.
When all of these medium runners, these 15-lap medium runners come in, throw on the fresh set of reds, and rip it through.
What is interesting, by the way, and we haven't actually been discussing this because we've been looking at the Matty Vettel. SJ's pulled away in P3. So SJ's by himself now. He's wanting to catch Bucking Bronco and Tudor.
Yeah, I don't know if Crone had a moment. That's interesting because those boys were right next to each other. Obviously paying a lot more attention than I normally would on a race night as I sit in the McLaren garage with my team. But today I'm on the commentary booth, so I'm paying attention to a lot more than just papaya.
Yeah.
That's right.
No more papaya rules. We do actually have an onboard request for Bronco, so we'll monitor this one. Very interesting lines that he's taking. Yeah, this is from Whiff, though. As we do
Bronco seems to be a favorite driver.
So Dante is finally coming off those softs. Fishlips has now set the fastest lap on those
new
mediums.
That track ramp is good. His tires are feeling good. There's a lot of rubber down. Stick to the racing line, and you'll be able to grip it through all these tight turns.
Yeah, NZT definitely has some sort of damage with the line that he's taking. Yeah.
Well, I also think a lot of that is a blue flag.
Well, he could be, but he was locking up into that line as well, as it looks like Dante Eminem has spun. Does he have damage? No, he does not. Alright. Keep an eye on Bronco here. So I think he's going slowly, so something's definitely happened to Dante. He's retired on track. Well, that's a penalty.
That's super unfortunate.
Ooh. Just trying to watch out. Be careful. Pull off track, please. Thank you. Alright.
It is such a scary thing. So he's off track now, so
yeah.
That's good that he's off the track. It's really unfortunate that that happened.
Yeah.
Look, we understand emotions can take over in a game like this, but it is better for everyone that's on the track if you're going to pull the retire pin, do it as you enter the pit lane.
Yeah. So, unfortunate for Dante M&M, but that actually means that everyone who finishes the race will get a point now as well. So, there is no point in retiring anymore, as Tyler's AI will be next to pit onto those mediums. You would have to think. Yes, he does. The battle for 5th seems to be heating up a bit. You've got Krondog, Min-Mei, Sick Party. The battle for 5th. Drift has pulled away. SJ's pulled away. And Tudor's actually pulled away from Bucking Bronco now. So that's interesting to see. You got Vettel trying to catch Matty, who's just about to overtake Damino for P8.
And we got Min-Mei going on the outside of Krondog going into turn 1.
That is very dangerous.
Sick Party. Oh, Krondog had a moment. Krondog had a moment. He's lost an end plate. Looks like he spun around. I don't know if there was contact. He could have just caught the inside tire on that curve. Yeah. But we got a virtual safety car at the moment. We may see some people pit.
Tyler's left the session. That's all good. Thank you for your service, Tyler. You would have to think, right? Depending on how long the virtual goes out, you'd have to think that Tudor, Bucking Bronco, SJ Drifts, and Min-Mei and Sick Party and Damino and Krondog would all come in and pit for softs.
Depends, like you just said, how long is this VSC going to last? We've seen Cross Eyes dive in, TMT's dived into the pits. So what's going to happen? Cross Eyes put on fresh mediums.
Mediums, yeah.
And then TMT is probably... Yeah, TMT went hards.
That's not right.
Okay.
Tudor will come into pit now. Buck and Bronco will follow him in. SJ will stay out. Drift will come in, it looks like. So SJ stayed out. That's an interesting call. As Buck and Bronco goes softs, Min-Mei comes in, Sick Party comes in. So Matty will inherit P2 as Damino will come in. Vettel will stay out. Krondog will come in.
Krondog will come in.
Soft
this VSC is lasting a bit longer than I thought it would. Here we go. We've gone green. So now SJ is going to want to cook it and probably get into the pit. So he's probably going, all right. Now this pit may cost me a bit.
Well, what's interesting is now they have to take the soft 17 laps. It can be done. However, you would have to think that everyone who's just pit for the softs would be banking on getting a safety car. The big winners here are Bucking Bronco and Tudor, though. Because you'd have to think that they're going to burn those softs pretty quickly and try to catch up. But they do have Matty in between them as well.
Yeah, and a lot of what's going to kill the softs here for the 17 laps is going to be the fighting. The position battling that you see in this division. There's not too much of a, hey, let's make a DRS conga train and just sit here for a while and send it on the last few laps. You see a lot of fighting each lap if available. And that is going to cook these tires quicker than just being patient. And we know the soft tires can go these 17 laps, but they also run the risk of being in that puncture range. So they're probably going to end on about 80% wear, which is almost driving on ice.
Well, Tudor has actually caught up almost a second to SJ already, and Matty's sitting right behind him, sitting pretty sweet in this location as well. Because he doesn't have to pit, right? He does have that 10 second, he does have damage, but he doesn't have to pit. So he's just going to be out for survival at the moment. He's got a fair gap to drift, so he would actually only fall down to P4 after SJ pits. But Tudor is on a mission right now to catch SJ.
Yeah, he's also on those fresh softs. So, but he's definitely on a mission to catch SJ, and it's going to be interesting to see what happens as far as SJ's pitting. I expect him to come in the next 2 laps, as we see Cross Eyes just set the fastest at 1:12.579.
We do have.
But Tudor has also set the fastest sector 2 just then, so. Yeah. Tudor is probably on a screamer of a lap right now, as he's just chucked it into overtake to take the last turn. He wants that purple time, that banner across the top.
There it is.
And he gets it. 1:11.561 for Tudor.
What's actually good for Tudor here, by the way, as well, is he's keeping Matty in DRS. He's keeping him just far enough, never mind, but he's keeping him just far enough so that he can get that DRS. That's going to affect Bucking Bronco, because Bronco can't get the easy overtake on Matty with those softs. He has to go for the hard overtake, which it looks like he might be trying to do around the outside, coming around that fast section. The end of Sector 1, he'll get it done. That is a very good move there for Bucking Bronco there. He's going to try to catch up to Two Door pretty quickly. His Two Door has already gained, or is already under 6 seconds to SJ as well in 2 laps.
Yeah, and you can really see, like, speaking of the Bucking Bronco Matty AU situation, you can really see the difference between the fresh softs and the no end plate on the wing medium tires of Matty AU. Bronco is already broken DRS, and he's just screaming through the turns, whereas Matty AU's got to be a bit more cautious and just take things a bit at his own pace.
You'd have to think that Vettel is going to try to catch Matty at this point. Because, bit of an interesting line through there. Two Door goes fastest again. So we do have a caution in Sector 3. That'll be for Tyler's AI moving out of the way of those drivers. But yeah, Two Door goes fastest again, and he's down to 3 seconds now. SJ can probably feel the pressure now. You would have to think he's going to come into pit soon, because now it's 13 laps. That makes it more viable. Or does SJ wait for another safety car?
Hang on, let me remove my McLaren hat. I have no idea when SJ will be coming in. I can imagine it would be soon, but I also have the mentality of, I really think he wants to be able to just put the foot down and not have to worry at all about traction on those softs. He knows that Two Door is catching him at a rate of knots. Now, I do think he does need to pull the trigger on this pit sooner rather than later. We've watched it. He would have come out just in front of Drift, and now it's looking like he may come out just in front of Crown Dog.
Yeah, if we have a look, he might actually get taken by Min-May. Depending on how long is pit lane? It's not 36 seconds, is it? Surely.
No, it's 24, so...
Yeah,
if
so
we
he
go...
would come out just behind Sick Party and Min-May there.
Where's the gap to leader?
Gap to leader, so 8th is...
Yeah, so he'd come out just in front of Fish Lips, I reckon.
Just in front of Fish Lips, okay.
Yep.
That's interesting. Now, if we put the McLaren hat back on, what do you say now?
I say he should have pit. I think he should have gone in. That's not my call, but I would have gone in. And but it's whatever suits SJ's driving style and what he feels comfortable doing. And that's really what it comes down to. And at the end of the day, a driver is going to perform better when they're more comfortable. When a driver feels stressed out or put under pressure, that's when you start to see some cracks form, some beads of sweat hit the forehead, you know. And
well, speaking of pressure, Two Door has the...
Two Door is caught up.
Yeah,
he is ready.
Caught up. He has already made the move.
Yep, SJ knows. SJ knows he was getting eaten up. I really feel like SJ's hoping for another safety car.
There definitely seems to be the thought, I reckon. But could we see another situation? I think it was in Hungary
and
where he waited and fell down to P12.
I think Damino has just gone by on Fish Lips.
Yes.
As I'm watching it, second or third pack, I don't know which pack you want to call it, but 9, 10, 11, 12.
Yeah. It looks like Crown Dog might be getting the move done on Fish Lips as well. He does get the move done.
Yeah, Crone's on those softs, and he's going to look at taking those till the end, that's for sure. And we got Damino on the hards. I don't think there's going to be enough time for those hard tires to really settle into the track and get up to temp.
But
I think Crown Dog's going to have him.
Did he start on the softs? Because I feel like he started on the mediums and he pit way too early for those hards. Oh wait, no, he pit 5 laps ago, so he would have been able to go on the softs with the others. Okay, maybe that wasn't a right tire selected, I have a feeling. Bucking Bronco goes up the inside of SJ around the final turn, and will get the move done just before the line. So that means that SJ has now slipped to 3rd. Still yet to pit. You would have to think he would need to pull the trigger soon, as Crown Dog is actually catching up to his team.
Yeah, Crown Dog just went around Damino, and so now he's going to be on the chase to catch up to Min-May. And then we've got, obviously, softs, mediums, softs. Gov really needs to come in. Like, I don't know. He's got to be praying.
McLaren at the moment?
Fingers crossed.
That's the true question.
I don't know. I'm not sure.
Well, I think everyone knows who's engineering for Mercedes, so there's no point in me saying it, but everyone knows. It would be...
Pretty sure everyone knows about McLaren as well, but
It's not Marzi.
it absolutely is Marzi. Marzi is
okay.
the team principal. He's there for every race.
Yeah.
Yeah.
F1 update is out, boys. Ah.
Uh-oh.
That makes sense now. Thank you, Panic. I know why the lobbies are cooked. This happened last season too. Every time there's an F1 update, and
SJ's dove into the pits.
Yeah.
All right, he's definitely kept it within the speed limit. Maybe stopping by the shops a little bit, but he didn't get a 10-second, and that's what matters. Throwing the fresh softs on, he's going to get back out there, and it looks like he may just edge out. Nah, he's going to end up behind him. But will he get out in front of Damino?
Sorry, just keep going.
Oh, sorry. Who's that? That's a lapped car, isn't it? Yeah, that's TMT Legend.
Yes, that is TMT Legend.
So yeah, now we got SJ on the fresh softs right behind his teammate in Crone Dog. Not on track though, but on the race grid. Let's see what else we got. We got Min-May fighting with Sick Party at the moment. Just trying to bring that down. They're both on those 7-lap softs. Not cooking the battery too much yet. But as Panic has said, there's an F1 update out at the moment. So
that's why lobbies
there's probably going to be, there's probably going to be a whole bunch of players updating their F1 client after this race ends.
Yeah, including you and me.
And yeah, exactly right, because we have a race tomorrow.
Yeah, which you can catch on this channel.
That's right. Season 8, Division 6, Tuesday nights at 7 o'clock.
Who will win? One of the 4 horsemen, you would have to think.
Whoa!
Whoa. Did someone just say it's a 4-horse race?
Anyways, speaking of F1 updates, there's a little bit of a teaser. We are expecting an F1 25 update to come out this week. What will it be? What do you think it's going to be, Edge?
Hopefully the beta. So then we can test it and see how it goes.
Hopefully the beta.
I'm hoping that they let players and not just content. Yeah. As Dynasty said, I'm hoping they actually let us, the players, test the game first, so then we can give actual bug reports. Because I guarantee you, if they gave us beta for a week in F1 25, there would be a league race on during the week break that we have, right? Exactly. Let us play the game and actually test it. That would be a very good start.
Yeah, look, I totally agree with that. I'm going to show my age a little bit here, but there was a period in time of operating systems, and Microsoft Windows let people beta test and alpha test Windows 7 for about 6 months, and that's why it became the most stable operating system on release.
Yep.
And I can't agree with that beta alpha testing much, any more than saying you've listened to the community, lack of a better way, crap on your game for the entirety of its duration, as we see Gov just take over mid-May. So those fresh softs are absolutely cooking.
Absolutely.
But back to what I was saying, you've listened to the community, and we've all been part of the community talking about, man, this game, as we just shake our heads, push our temples in, as in the words of Slipknot, you push your fingers into your eyes.
Sorry, SJ's just gone past Sick Party as well, so that makes 2 moves in a sector for SJ.
And this is what I was talking about with Gov. See, he is comfortable. He knows he can push that McLaren all the way now. He's got the pedal to the metal, and he knows he can send that in every turn and not worry about his tires, because there are 6 laps to go. So now, Edge, you and I need to have a discussion, don't we, about this driver of the day thing.
I don't want to give the discussion away just yet, because I want to keep watching what SJ does. Because if SJ can pull this off, and people are saying he's going to get 3rd or 4th, behind this Maddie penalty, the The problem is who do you go for, right? Because Tudor and Bronco have pretty much dominated the race from the beginning. But if we have a look at positions gained, I mean, Fishlips has gone up 7 positions, right? Vettel's gone up 5. Matty's gone up 4.
Yeah, so in Fishlips's, I guess, counter argument is he was actually up 8 positions 4 laps into the race. I commented on his screaming speed, but now he's just kind of hit like this lull, and he hasn't really found a balance and carried it past. It's been 27 laps, and he's just kind of stayed at the same pace, which is unfortunate. Vettel, he's gone up 5 since the start. And he's just kind of hovered there. Tudor and Bronco, though, like they have stayed 1 and 2, and Tudor has just run away with this. So I really believe the battle at the moment is going to be Gov. It's going to be Gov against himself. Is he going to be able to catch drift? There's 5 laps to go.
I'm going to say this. What's the gap to... Oh, 22 seconds. Yeah. No, I'm happy to give it to Tudor. I have had my own argument used against me, though, but Tudor can absolutely have driver of the day for the moment, depending on what happens. So it is pending, but I think everyone in chat has agreed with Tudor. Yeah. So we've got 3 TPs saying Tudor either. Neither.
I can't fault Tudor. I would have gone Tudor. You've kind of stolen my thunder. But yeah, if I had to pick somebody else, I don't know, mate.
You would have to think it would have to be between Bucking, Bronco, Tudor, and SJ, right? If SJ can beat either Tudor or Bucking, he's got it, right? But you'd have to think between what happened with Tudor and what's happened with Bucking, those two have just run away with it, right?
They have.
Tudor at the moment looks like he is going to get the result, right?
100%. Yes.
The fourth, because there's 4 options here, right? You've got Sick Party, but that's because he's a Div 6 driver reserving up, and he qualified P3, and he's P8. So I think overall for the weekend, Sick Party would get driver of the day, just for qualifying results alone. Unfortunately, we didn't have a Q3, so it's hard to sort of judge it off that. However, Tudor has been at the front since the beginning. He's dominated. He's gained a 7-second lead pretty much over Bucking, and they were pretty much pace on pace there.
Oh, they were pace on pace. Exactly right.
The only thing that is bugging me with this at the moment is the fact that you've got Sick Party, you've got Fishlips reserving up, and they're performing. However, I am happy to acknowledge the fact that Matty's actually gone into P2 now.
Oh, Matt. Yeah. So
I did just notice that Matty's gone up into
Broncos.
P2, but he does have that penalty.
Must have had a moment.
Now that would actually put Matty in P4 at the moment. Drift is very close to making it a Matty P5. And I'm just gonna watch this because
what's Matty's pen?
Matty's pen is a 10 second.
Oh, it is too.
So he's got 8.
So that's gonna see him possibly drop down to 5th.
It is 8/10 at the moment in Matty's favor. 6/10 now, so it's very close. So you'd think.
Yeah. The unfortunate thing is you've got Drift on softs.
Ooh, that's
you've got
comment.
Bronco on softs.
That is a very good comment, SJ.
I mean, the softs are dead.
Yeah.
But at the same time, you've got people towing along, so...
Not the kicks. No. Well, to be fair, and I will be fair to Tudor, he hasn't had really much of a battle since that pit stop.
No.
So, Tudor's softs will be feeling very good now. Bucking Broncos will not be, especially as he locks up through that corner. If Vettel can catch 6 seconds to Bucking Bronco, there could be a Mercedes on P2. There could be a P2 for Mercedes here. I don't think it is going to happen. And I actually do like the helmet that Vettel is using. I don't know what helmet that is, but that looks sick. I don't know if you've just seen that, but that looks nuts.
I can't. Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's a nuts
really
helmet. Sorry, I
Xbox
get
Live.
really easily distracted. Leave me alone. We'll watch
Oh,
Maddie.
that looks like Zhu Guanyu.
Yeah, Jaguar you with a little bit of a different colour. Buckenbroker will keep the lead here. Maddie's playing the smart game and he'll get the DRS down the main straight. He's sitting right up Buckenbroker's backside there to get the move done.
It certainly is.
He will watch. He puts it into overtake, getting ready for the move. Buckenbroker's put it in hot lap, so he's watching out. The softs are definitely gone now.
Yeah, his softs are dead.
As Vettel was actually caught up 4 seconds. He's caught up 3 seconds, so he might actually be able to make a move for P3 here. Depending on how those softs drop off.
It is possible we could see a Merc on the podium. That is right.
Yeah.
Vettel is cooking. Bronco is unfortunately struggling to find some grip with those tires.
He gets past Minmay, so he comes back up to 7th. That is going to be a battle to watch, though, that kick and that Williams.
Yeah, Minmay's going to want to take that back on the straight here after they come around to start the final lap.
Yes, Master Suck, we'll find out. We'll find out what that understanding is when we interview him. But Bronco is probably, I would say Bronco's going to sit behind Matty until the final lap, which is next lap. You'd have to think that.
And the other thing as well is, like, Bronco knows Matty's got a penalty, so he's sitting there going, all I've got to do is stay behind. I don't need to overtake.
Actually, that is a very good point.
He doesn't need to fight. Sick Party's getting a little bit loose. Loose in the caboose. Getting ready to go into the final turn.
Got a bit loose as well. But that is actually a very good point that someone has just brought up. Drifts in penalty. Drift is in the penalty. Bronco did almost bin it out of the last corner, so something's definitely happened. I did see that, and I've been watching it. But the question is now, is what's going to happen to Matty? Because obviously Tudor's won. Tudor has won, and he will get driver of the day as well for that. It has been an immense...
Matty's actually looking at going down to 6th at the moment. Like Gov is actually doing...
Gov could catch it. Gov could get
Gov
top
is
5 here.
screaming.
It'll be interesting to see. It's 2 tenths now at the moment. If 3, 2... We'll have a look as Tudor crosses the line, P1. Matty will cross the line in P2, but how far will he drop? We'll watch Bucking as he comes across the line. Matty crosses the line, gets that 10-second time penalty. Bucking has gone. Vettel's gone.
Here we go.
We'll just keep an eye on SJ here as drifts will get him. He's got him! Matty goes to P6.
From 2nd to 6th.
Oh my god!
10-second speeding pin.
That is a
Min-May
very
across
close
line,
gap,
Sick
by the
Party.
way. SJ just got that. As Tyler will get a 3-second time penalty for the multiple warnings. That is nuts from SJ. 6 thousandths of a second to get P5.
I didn't even see that happen. I blinked and I missed it.
Oh my goodness.
That is a gap. That's one of those photo finish things.
Absolutely. Tyler will finish P15. And that
So
will
we got cross eyes across the line.
10.
And that'll wrap it up for Zandvoort.
Mm-hmm.
Unfortunate what happened to the stream. But, you know, is the game. And as Vettel gets the game driver of the day.
We disagree. Tudor definitely got it.
But yeah, Tudor definitely got driver of the day from us here on the commentary team. So we'll be looking at getting the front runners in for a chat.
Yep.
And see how they went. And while we do that, did you know that Zandvoort comes from the Dutch word sand and Ford? That's why it's very hilly and it's made of sand. Zandvoort. Facts.
Thank you for that.
You're welcome.
Just trying to get the provisionals now. Nope, I don't want speech recognition.
So thank you to the Twitch viewers for watching the stream. Please hang tight. We'll have some questions. If you want to ask these guys any questions, feel free to throw them in the chat, and we'll throw it at them. If it's safe, of course.
That's all sorted. So now we just need people to ready up, so then I can actually leave. Because I can't leave the lobby yet. Thank you. Alright, well what we'll do is we'll get some final comments before we jump into any interviews. So, do you want to give us a quick rundown of the race, Thunderbolts, from the way that you saw it and how you are going to call that?
Well, it was unfortunate what happened in qualifying with lobby desync, or whatever you want to call it. But the wet quali certainly added some flavor to the bland mix at times. And, you know, we saw two-door and then Bronco quali 1-2, and that's how they finished, and they really set the tone. The McLarens, they got up there. Vettel, he had a very strong showing. Sick Party, he did well. He was reserving up from Div 6. We saw him qualifying third in Q2. It was unfortunate he couldn't hold on to that spot, but he had a good, strong showing, and I'm sure he's looking forward to his division race tomorrow night. Same as Fish Lips. He's also a strong mention for Div 6, as he started in P19 and ended in P12. SJ with Minmay, I think it was Minmay, the 0.006 gap. That's wild at the finish line.
That was Maddie.
Or Maddie, yep. But that was great to see. And yeah, we gave two-door driver of the day.
Yeah, absolutely. That was a good performance for the Kick Sauber driver. So what we'll do is, I think we're just waiting on we're waiting on one more driver to join. But we'll start it off with the man in P3, Vettel. How you doing today, sir?
G'day, Edge.
Hello, hello. So that is a podium.
Yes, it is.
No worries. Congrats on the podium, obviously. Unfortunately, it wasn't on track, but with that map penalty, were you kind of thinking, cool, now I can take it a little bit easier considering how much of a gap you had to Maddie? Or were you kind of still a bit pushing and stressing on what the situation was?
I was, well, pushing, I'd say the last, 6 or so laps, I was pushing really hard because I knew those soft runners of Bucking Bronco would die very soon, as we saw on the last 2 or so laps, I was right behind him. But congratulations to him. I think I haven't seen him on the podium, so I think that's his first. Congratulations. Once I saw Matty AU got that 10-second penalty, yeah, it was a bit of a relief. I knew that, and then because I pitted before him, I went like 20 Ks. I was playing it too safe, but better safe than sorry, I guess. And yeah, another podium to the board.
Yeah, absolutely. And that was very good from yourself. Obviously, with Tyler not having the best performance and yourself actually getting just through to Q3 and then actually not being a Q3, did that change the strategy a little bit?
Well, we had a lot of lobby issues, but I'm just seeing that I have to update my game now. But, I guess qualifying good or bad, you keep your head up and just focus on the race. Yeah, nothing else. Just keep it clean until lap 1, which I think this is like my 3rd race of the season without any wing damage. So, very proud with that, and looking forward to whatever's next week.
That would be Abu Dhabi next week.
Good track. Looking forward to it.
No worries. I'll pass you over to my partner in the comms box, Thunderballs, in case he has any other questions.
Hey, Vettel. Great race, man. Good finish.
Thank
Well
you.
done. Definitely put some points on the board for yourself and Mark. That's going to see you move up a couple of places in the championship. Is that something you're looking forward to, trying to push for the championship lead?
Yeah, 100%. You know, I think that's everyone's goal is to get a championship, but I'm just taking every race as it comes and trying, as you said, trying to get as many points on the board. I'm not having high hopes for a championship, but if it gets to that stage, it's a bonus. But with the competition I've just seen today, it's going to be very close, and I'm very looking forward to it.
Yeah, that's good to hear, man. Well, good luck to you in Abu Dhabi, and
Thank
we
you.
look forward to seeing you out on the track and hopefully picking up more points.
Thank you. Good comms, boys.
Thank you.
Cheers, lad. We'll go over to our P2 driver in Mr. Bucking Bronco. How are you doing today, sir?
Oh, I'm just getting revived from nearly crashing out and a lap to go.
We did catch that. Do you wanna walk us through what happened there, or no, not really?
Yeah, so I was I was a little bit stubborn, and I was like, I want to finish second on track. So I think Matty AU was in front, and I had DRS, and I just whacked the overtake button just at the wrong time, and I do not know how I held it. My team principal did the same thing in his race, and the wall, he was out. So somehow I stayed in, and then I panicked because I think it was Fish Lips went past, but I didn't realise he was back marker. So the team calmed me down and said, no, you're still in within 10 seconds. And didn't need that.
Well, definitely looked interesting from our point of view. But yeah, congrats on P2. First podium in Rush, I would assume?
Yes, that's correct. I feel like I've got the pace to mix it with the guys at the top. I've just had a bit of bad luck and a few bad incidents, but Alter two-door in that race, he was phenomenal. Even at the start, I was keeping in DRS, and I probably had a couple of chances where I could have overtaken him, but it wasn't worth it. But yeah, he did not make one mistake. All to him, he deserved driver today. If he didn't get it, I would have not been happy because I don't know if he could drive any better than that.
Well, he did get driver today, so no need to worry about that.
Yeah.
I don't think we've had a more deserving driver after a dominating race like that at all. So I'm actually kind of happy he got it as well. But let's.
Sorry.
No, sorry, go.
I was going to say I was putting the pressure on him. I was going as hard as I could, 100%, and he would have known I was there in his mirrors. So he stayed composed and got the deserved win.
Absolutely. What I will say is, does this mean that we might see you again on the podium in Abu Dhabi with this pace?
Potentially. I raced no assists, no racing line, no nothing. So these sort of tracks today, beneficial to me. I don't think Abu Dhabi's too bad, but obviously Bahrain and Portugal are shockers. But Abu Dhabi, I think I'm pretty decent on that track, so I think I'll definitely be top 10, top 5 maybe, if I can get a good race together.
Well, it'll be definitely interesting to watch, considering you now have definitely popped up on everyone's radar in regards to your pace in certain tracks. So it'll be exciting to watch from there, I reckon.
Yeah, thank you.
No worries. Well, that's all from me. I'll pass you over to Mr. Thunderballs.
Hey, Bronco. Congratulations on the P2. This is your second top 10 finish this season in Rush, and your first time on the podium. And you really showed everybody else that you can drive in the wet. Do you prefer wet weather over dry weather?
No, but I thought I would have an advantage because I do race with no traction control, and I know a lot of people use it. So I thought, whilst I don't really enjoy it, I would probably have an advantage in the wet, and it did show. Like obviously two-door still P1, but I felt like I was doing it. I was pushing, but it was relatively easy those times that I was doing. So yeah, I would say my style of driving probably does suit the rain, but I don't enjoy it. No.
That's fair to say. There are some people that really enjoy wet weather racing. I prefer to call them psychos, but that's fine. Everyone has their own opinion. But yeah, congratulations to you. Second top 10 finish, first time on the podium. great drive tonight. Just that little blip towards the end where you had you tried to make a little donut, but yeah, congratulations on your P2 finish, and yeah, good luck to you in Abu Dhabi.
Thanks, mate. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
No worries. Now we will just see if the man of the hour is here, and it looks like that he is Mr. Two Door Gaming.
How's it
Where
going,
did
boys?
that come from, lad?
That's my favourite track, you know.
Ah.
There it is.
I feel like we hear this
There it
from
is.
every.
We've all got one.
I'm pretty sure, Thunderballs, you said that in Hungary, and I'm pretty sure I said that in Bahrain. So.
Yeah, you learn to perform at the tracks you love, because they're the ones that you put the most time in. In Two-Door, that really showed tonight. You flopped it out and put it on the table and said, "I'm pole position. Here's where we're at." And now, come race time, we had the little issue with the red flag, but when that green dropped and those 5 lights went out, you left everybody behind. There was a bit of working with Bronco, but I think it was about lap 8, lap 9, 10. You're just like, nope, I've had enough of this. It's mine. And you just said goodbye.
Yeah, sort of. I think I was dragging him along most of that, and then engineers were saying that he was just draining all his battery to keep up. So I just pushed in the middle sector and dropped him, and said, "See you later."
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that shown, like, you were driver of the day by miles. Everyone in the Twitch chat voted you driver of the day. I really struggled because I gave Edge the first pick at driver of the day, and he chose you. You were going to be mine. I didn't really know where to go from there. Like, it was just a phenomenal drive by you. You did pit early, and you had to pass some people to reclaim your number 1 spot. But, you know, there was a lot of respect shown on those passes, and everybody just kind of, I guess, fell the wayside, or, you know, you worked together in a sense to get past and reclaim your P1. So, absolutely amazing drive. Perfect. Well done. And congratulations to you and the Kick team.
Yeah, thanks, man. That was a lot of fun. I think, yeah, I just had to pass SJ when I came out of the pits because that VSE kind of came out perfect timing for pitting onto softs, and yeah,
Yep.
just went from there, sort of thing. So it was, yeah, I think I caught SJ, like, I think the gap was 11 seconds when I came out of the pit, and then within a couple of laps, I was like on him pretty much. So
yeah, you were screaming on those softs.
yeah.
And that's all from me. So, Edge, you got anything to ask our race winner?
Yeah, definitely. That move that you made on SJ definitely looked like a Robert Whittaker and Israel Adesanya moment. As, you know, the Australian versus the Kiwi. So it was very much good to see you make that move.
Isn't SJ from England now?
Yeah, but you're Robert Whittaker, so it's fine. He lives in New Zealand.
Oh, so
know,
do I.
the,
But that's all right.
as the Australian that you are, we've has
I
requested
got
a background check. That's the only reason why I'm saying this.
Yeah.
Now,
Shifty claimed me on the weekend.
Yeah. And
So,
you will continue to be Australian until Shifty fixes that. So we will keep going under the assumption that you are Australian. But that performance, man, that was nuts. So I guess the main thing was, obviously, you and Buck and Bronco were going side by side. Was that working together, or were you just sort of like, he'll overtake me,
No.
I'll overtake him kind of thing, and like there wasn't necessarily a working together thing, but it just looked like it from our perspective?
I think he got past me once, maybe, but otherwise, I think I was just dragging him along through most of that first stint until I, just got away, and that was it.
Fair enough. Well,
Yeah.
I mean, we have seen people do that in the past, and it has worked out for them. So can't blame him for trying something that.
Well, I
does
mean,
show
yeah,
history.
good on me. He got P2, so that's
Yeah.
good.
Absolutely. Were you worried at all with SJ's pace towards the end, or were you kind of settled in for the race at that point?
I was just cruising at the end.
Ah,
saving the tires. I was like 100% battery most of the end of the laps. I may have burnt a bit on the last couple of laps, but yeah, I was just cruising.
That's fair enough. Well,
Just making sure I didn't pop the tires.
yeah, Exactly. That was the main worry that I think we had as well, was when you guys pit, we did kind of consider it in the box of, is this going to be long enough for your tyres to go the whole way?
Yeah. I did a
Let me
D2S
just get
race
a
a couple of
sneaky one
weeks.
in. What were your tires when you crossed that finish line?
Um,
They, they had
honestly,
to
I
be
don't know.
80.
Oh no, not nowhere near. I checked maybe lap 32. I think I got 40% warning came up.
Oh, so you
So
took care of them. Well, good job.
yeah, a lot of lifting through those fast right-handers does it.
So lesson for
Living hope there.
everyone tomorrow night and on Wednesday night. Lift through the left-handers.
No, right-handers.
Right-handers.
Sorry.
Right-handers. No,
Yep.
left-handers unless you're a Mercedes or Kick or McLaren driver. You're not in one of those teams. Left-handed corners. Right-handed corners full
Yep.
throttle. Burn your tires.
Yep.
But that is fair. I don't have any other questions for you. I think it was pretty much flawless driving. I don't think there's much to really talk about. And I think I even saw yourself say that you don't actually have any content for this week because there were no overtakes except for that SJ one.
Yeah, and that was just on that main straight. So
Yeah. Well, I'm sure you can
Yeah.
find content somewhere, but unfortunately not this race anymore. So we will leave you to go celebrate with your TP and your team. But good result today.
yeah, thanks guys.
No worries.
Good result, Tudor. Congratulations, and look forward to seeing what you can do in Abu Dhabi.
I won't be here, unfortunately.
Oh, taking
I'll
a break.
be sipping cocktails in Thailand.
This
All
is
right.
the way.
So he's having a
Yeah.
good celebration.
I
That's
am.
it.
Yep.
He had to
I
win.
got. I did get asked something though.
Yeah.
If you would like me to bring you something back, Edge, maybe a ladyboy.
Oh God. Let's talk about that after stream.
Is
Yeah.
it safe for the stream?
Yeah. Let's talk about that after stream. Yeah.
Okay.
I'll give you my address. Anyway.
Sweet.
Thank you all for tuning in. That was Division 5, Round 7 at the Netherlands. We do have... Tomorrow night is Div 6, where you will see myself and Thunderbolts go head-to-head in Zandvoort. Been a bit of a fight between us as well, and also Iraq Lobster. So the question is, can one of us start to pull away and actually put a stamp on the championship at the moment? But you've also got J-Man and the likes of White Wolf and others catching up. So the question really becomes, what is Div 6 nowadays? Then you've also got Div 3 on the Wednesday, where you can see the likes of Whiff go up against Josh, go up against Marzi, go up against Shifty Flight. There are plenty of drivers to watch, and you will also get to watch my personal favourite of Plugger in Div 3. So be sure to tune into those two races, and then we will move over to Round 8 in Saturday. So be sure to tune into all the races. Make sure you check us out on the socials. And lastly, I will give the final word to Mr. Thunderballs as well. Or as SJ calls you, Mr. Thunderbirds.
I just want to say thank you to all of our viewers on Twitch. Be sure to tune in to the Div 6 race tomorrow in Zandvoort. And thank you for joining us here at Season 8 for Rush Racing League. Have a good night.